Hanuman. So, let me introduce this lesson to you, and then we'll go. This lesson is taken from Sundarkan of the Ramcharitmanas. Sri Ram had asked Hanuman to go and find where Sita was. Remember, she was adopted by Ravan. And he went into Lanka and he located Mata Janki. And he saw the extreme punishment that she was undergoing at the hands of Ravan. Ravan did all forms and fashions of threats to cause Mata Janki to come to him. But she was a person of great character, solid in her belief. Her nobility could not have been challenged. And she never for one moment even looked at Ravan. But in the absence of Sri Ram, she was totally devastated. There is a relationship between ourselves and Sri Ram. Though Mata Janki was the beloved of Sri Ram, she was also the devotee of Sri Ram. So we have to look at her relationship with Sri Ram at two levels. At the level of being the consort of Sri Ram, and at the level of being a devotee. And no devotee could be continuously happy in the absence of the Lord, or our Lord. That is why in this world of mundane existence we have a lot of difficulties, because we are all attached to the world. You see, when you become attached to the world, you become detached from God. And when you attach yourself to God, you become detached from the world. And in the world, the glitter and glamour of the world does not in any way make our lives better. There are those who have all the money in the world. They could buy anything. From aeroplane go back. They could eat the best of food. They could drink the best. They could wear the best. But you know something? When you look at the lives of these people, they are worse off than us, the ordinary man. So if wealth is the be-all and end-all, then they should be the happiest people on earth. On the contrary, that is not so. So Hanuman goes back to Sri Ram and he tells Sri Ram, "My Lord, Mata Janki is undergoing extreme difficulties, and you should go and rescue her." And before Hanuman left, she took out that gem from her hair and she sent it to Sri Ram. But he gave a message. He said, "Tell him that I am devoted to your feet in thought, word, and deed." You see, in the presence of Ravan, she was being challenged in so many ways. But her mind was fixed on the lotus feet of Prabhu Sri Ram. Remember last time, Katha? When Brahma tells Mother, go back and serve that person whom you have been serving all the time. But that's what Mata Janki did. Her mind was never ever separated from the feet of the beloved Sri Ram. And that is what kept her going. Hanuman indicates all this to Prabhu Sri Ram. Tulsidas is saying, he says, "My Lord, when I was leaving, she gave me this jewel from her hair. And Sri Ram, he took it and embraced it, as though he was embracing Mata Janki himself. That's it. Think of that closeness, that relationship between Sri Ram and Mata Janki. In two planes, as his consort and as his devotee. That is how Sri Ram treasures a devotee. He says, my Lord, Hanuman is saying, the eyes are all overflowing with tears. And he sent me this message. He says, when you go, clasp the feet of his brother, Lakshman. Because one of the reasons why she was adopted is because she made some ugly remarks to Lakshman. And here she is repenting that. And she's saying, when you go back, he says, tell him, I am devoted to your feet in thought, word and deed. And extend that kindness to Lakshman also. So, I want to begin from this point. Tulsidas sings in Doha. Nimish and Nimish. Nimish means moment after moment. So Hanuman has returned to Sri Ram and he's describing a condition. He says, my Lord, he says, every single moment of hers, he says, O fountain of mercy, he is referred to Sri Ram as fountain of mercy. He says, each moment passes like an eon, like an age. You know, when you are entrapped in a certain situation where you find, suppose somebody comes to your house, you know, as it taking place regularly now, you know, they vandalize the home and so on. Each moment they capture you there is like months going. You find 5 minutes is like 5 years. So he's saying, my Lord, each moment of a separation from you is like an eon. And nimish is a moment, a small quantity of time. And he's saying, my Lord, Degi chaliya Prabhu aniya bhujabala kala jala jiti. He said, my Lord, set out at once. He's asking Sri Ram, because so grave is the situation that she cannot wait. He says, set out at once, my Lord, and you'll be able to vanquish those villainous two and bring back Mata Janki home. He says, set out at once and vanquish that two. He didn't say, set out at once and see if you could kill emperors. He didn't say that. He had a firm conviction in his mind that my Lord Prabhu Sri Ram could do anything. There is nothing to stop him. And that is a confidence that we must have as devotees. We should never, at any moment, give up that stability of mind when we take it to the devotion to the Lord. He says, my Lord, go, vanquish them and bring Sita. He didn't say, go and see if you could vanquish them and revive them. He didn't say that. That is a confidence that he has in Sri Ram. And that is a confidence that we must have in our devotion to the Lord. Anytime we go to him with something in the mind that I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure it's going to work, I'm not sure he'll answer my prayer, If you're not sure, it's because your prayer is not worthy. But when you have given yourself over to the divine, in thought, word, and deed, that's your bottom dollar. There is a true and positive response. That is the power of truth in devotion. So Tulsidas tells us in Chaupai, Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Rama Jai Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Rama Jai Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sita Devi Prabhu Sukha Ayana Aye Rajiv Ayana Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama सुनि सीता का प्रभु सुख आयना भरी आय जल राजीव नयना. Upon hearing the difficulties that Sita is undergoing, when it came to the hearing of Prabhu Shri Ram, Tulsidas says, Bhari Aya Jal Rajiv Nayana. Rajiv Nayana means the lotus eye of Prabhu Shri Ram. The lotus eye of Prabhu Shri Ram began to stream with tears. And that is the relationship that Shri Ram has with his devotees. The moment his devotees are in difficulties, that is what happens. So he extends that kind of feeling to his true devotees. He's saying here, Vachana Kaya Mama Mana Mama Gati Jahi Sapane Hukujiya Vipati. This is what Shri Ram says. And this is a promise of Shri Ram. He said, Hanuman, do you think that any person who serves me in thought, word and deed, do you think that I can ever dream of forgetting such a person? Do you think that such persons would always experience adversities, difficulties, problems? So he makes special mention. And you see, we just don't read. We have to understand what is meant. Because some people misinterpret these things. He said, any person, no particular person, any person who serves me in thought, word and deed, in your thinking, I am always in your mind, or you are always in my mind. All my thoughts are upon you, my Lord. And if your thoughts are upon the Lord, would you do the wrong things? In words, my words are always melodious. Whatever I say, or whatever is being said, is said in such a manner that everybody gravitates to. Indeed, whatever actions you perform is in relation to goodness at all times. Anybody who lives these principles, he says, I serve them also. I relieve them of their adversities. That's the promise of Prabhu Sri Ram. Tulsidas says in Chaupa.